Okay, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. We got a small job to do today on the shovel before I continue on with the Springer, because it looks like we're going to get a couple days that are 60 degrees out, so I'd like to take it out. If you looked at the video on the update, I talked about this switch right here that was bad. Let me move this out of the way. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but this wire contacted. Let me turn this light on. This wire here must have contacted this screw because it looks like it shorted out and melted the post. So I did get a replacement switch. However, it says that it's going to fit, which it will fit in here. Problem is, it leaves a gap around the switch. Let me put my camera on the stand and I'll show you. All right, so if you look at this switch, see this one, let me take this off a minute. This one here fits pretty well in here, if I can get it back in here now. So it doesn't leave much of a gap around here, but this one kind of leaves a decent gap. So this is not really the stock switch. Now they do have a whole wiring harness that I'm going to be getting for this, both the left and the right controls, and I believe everything is wired in because this stuff is just soldered in. It's not pinned in or anything like that. So first thing I got to do is unsolder that. Okay, so if we let me see if I can hold this and do this right. We'll just unsolder this. I don't want to cut it because there's really not enough wire on here to strip it. Okay, so we got that up. So you can see it's burnt, how it's burnt in there. I don't know what happened, but this switch does not move at all. Okay, so one of the problems I'm going to have is that there's not enough wire because you can see right here, if I can get in there, you can see right here it's like burnt and melted. And I think what it did was, and I don't know how because I've never taken this off since I got the bike, but somehow it made contact with this grounding screw and melted these wires. So I'm going to have to put some liquid electrical tape on this because I can't cut these back anymore. There's just not enough wire to go back through here. And I don't know if that's, you can see it's kind of like pinched right here too. So see, and this wiring isn't the best that's on here. I don't know who did this wiring, but it's pretty bad. So let me put this switch on. I don't believe I'm going to be able to get any wiring out of this. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to really do anything with it. All right, let's see if I can tin this up a little bit. All right, so we got some fresh solder on there. Let me do the switch here. See, there should be terminals on here, I believe. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the service manual because this is just a temporary fix. So I can maybe take this out for a couple hours. All right, we're gonna have to probably put this in because I can't get this to seat the way I want it to. So we want high and low. Yeah, you can see the gap that's all around this. So this switch is really not the right one. So we'll see if we can get this up here to where I can hold it and do it. Yeah, it's not going to cooperate today. Yeah, see how it's sparking? There's something that's shorting out. Oh, there's headlights. All right, so I got headlights, but I don't have, see, if you turn it on lights, it goes out. This switch is a little wonky too, but I have high beams. Do I have any? Yeah, again, I don't have low beam though. That's the whole thing. All right, so that one came out too. So, all right, we'll have to fix this. Okay, so we got that working. We turned the switch on. So now I do, you can see it there, I have headlights. This switch still doesn't work right. I don't have any low beam and I don't have any running lights up front, spotlights, whatever. But anyway, I got a headlight. It's only going to be for probably a trip out for an hour if it gets good weather. If not, then it doesn't really matter. So, all right, let's move on to the second small project. Okay, so the second project is this outer heel toe shifter. Now, originally was the one that I had, this one here. It looks like this, I don't know if you can see it, but the splines are kind of messed up inside. I couldn't really get it that tight. I mean, it'll go on, but it looks like it's going to work its way off. In fact, before I had started messing with this, I could have just pulled it off fairly easy. So I did order a new one, and the problem that I had was it looked to me like the spline on this was a little messed up, so I ordered a new inner shifter linkage as well. Problem is, it doesn't come with this bolt that's up here. Now it looks like this is, you know, ball peened in there, and it's got a C-clip on the other side. If I remember right, the panhead had a cotter pin there. It was, and it's a pain in the ass to get that C-clip out. So for the time being, I'm going to leave this out, and when I take everything apart, I'll put that in. You can buy I think the bolt that goes in here, but I didn't want to just order that part because the bolt's only like $6, and it'll cost me like $7 to ship it. So we're going to try to just put this on, and it should be all right just for, you know, a ride out or so. Okay, so we've got to pull these off because I'm not buying these things new until I get everything comes apart. But again, you know, not the right part that's even on there. So we'll put this on. And this is going to go, how is this going to go? Like that? It's going to go like that. So we will, let me put a little Loctite on this. Just to be sure, we'll put some Loctite on here. And then this one we need, well, we gotta get a wrench to take this one off, I think. Maybe? No, we don't. I guess not. So again, this is not the right piece that goes on here. So we'll put some Loctite on this. Put that in. Should be a shorter bolt that's on here. But again, this is just going to be for, you know, an hour ride. I'm not going cross country on this thing, but I'll be so glad when I get to tear this thing down because this thing is just such a mess. Let me see if I got a wrench that'll fit it. That's not the right one. Is it 14 mil? All right. Okay, so the only thing we got to do is put the shifter back on. Let me put this here for a minute. We'll put some Loctite on this bolt. Actually, I should have put it on down here. And we'll put that on like that. It's easy to hold like. Oh, my light just went out. Okay. All right, so that looks good. Still loose, but it'll do for one trip. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. Just a couple quick fixes just so, you know, I can take this out. We're supposed to get 60-degree weather later on in the week, so it'd be nice to take this out maybe one last time for the season. Next week's video should be putting the Springer back together, although I might do a review of a Harbor Freight grinder with a attached Dremel tool. So we'll see how things go. I'm still waiting on a part to come in for the front end. Not a big part. I could probably clean it off with the grinder if I have to, but I like to wait for the new part to come in. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments below what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.